And then up here, you can still see up here, there's a crack across where the ceiling meets, where the two slopes meet.
At Cheryl Mandel's Naples home.
After Ian, there were some wet spots over here, but they cut it out.
Every storm means a new story.
And after Tropical Storm Elsa last year, this wall was opened up.
But everything goes back to Irma.
These leaks have been going on since after Hurricane Irma, so I'm upset because I've been dealing with this for 5 years.
In Fort Myers, Gloria Hooks struggles to open the door to the home that she grew up in. Once inside, it's as if she never lived there at all.
Can't open the front door. The back door, we can't even close it because it was jarred open, okay? But there's no flooring in the house.
The Fort Myers home on High Street survived the 1960s Category 4 Hurricane Donna, but 2017's Irma made the home unlivable.
My mom, she's in her 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, she haven't been able to live in her home for almost 4 years.
Hurricane Irma caused more than $30 billion worth of damage, and yet it's still not clear 5 years later how many people are still cleaning up. In fact, some experts say there is no system in place to make sure people don't fall through the cracks.
I don't think any state is prepared. I don't think the federal government is prepared to provide resources to get people properties repaired in some sort of timely fashion where they're not exposed basically to financial hurdles that they may not be able to overcome.
Laura Wagner is the executive director of Floridians for Honest Lending. She says federally backed mortgage holders can get reduced payments for 12 months, but repairs can take longer than that.
If your home's not repaired, you're having to pay rent and a mortgage. And that's really not sustainable for most people. Then you're stuck in a situation, too, of how do you sell the property when it's damaged?
And 5 years after Irma, outstanding repairs connect different struggles.
Every time it rains, it's like I get nervous now because I don't know where. I have to keep looking at my roof. Like after the hurricane, after a tropical storm, I'm constantly looking at the ceiling and the walls.
For Mandel, she says the problem started after she was forced to rely on her housing association to replace her fourplex's roof.
You can't just hire somebody.
Right. And that's the whole problem. Yeah. Because had I been able to hire somebody, believe me, I would have hired somebody and had it fixed.
And now documents show Collier County plans to issue new citations for leaks on the roof. The association told me that a cracked roof tile is causing the current leak, and they're waiting on a contractor to fix it. They've previously argued in court filings beyond replacing Mandel's roof. They say her own, quote, negligence caused all other problems.
It's been pretty stressful, and I've been fighting a lot and trying to just get it fixed. And had I been responsible for it, I would have had it fixed.
It's frustrating, period.
Frustration back in Fort Myers, Gloria Hooks attributes to the Rebuild Florida program. The system, created after Irma, run by the State Department of Economic Opportunity and funded by $350 million federal dollars, requires a state team to sign off on granting any money for the 4,000 homeowners who were accepted. 5 years later,
there were squatters. We were getting squatters in here. We called the police department.
Nearly 1,200 homes, just like the Hooks family, are still under construction. While the agency cited confidentiality, the family tells me that after my call, a team member reached out to them, but still no progress.
When we tried to talk to the state to tell them about this, okay, they say, okay, we'll call you back, we'll call you back, we'll call you back.
5 years, 2 different stories, and one common theme. Hundreds of others dealing with the same thing.
Even if there's lawyers involved, even if there is the code enforcement involved, it doesn't work. It's like, it doesn't work. It's like they still won't take it seriously.
It's just very, very, very frustrating to see my mom having to go through this.
And you heard Laura Wagner from Floridians for Honest Lending say there does not appear to be any sort of systems in place to quickly fix problems after hurricanes. Fox 4 Investigates is committed to following up on this story in search of solutions. Now, for perspective, as bad as Irma was, and it was terrible, the Insurance Information Institute is estimating that Ian will be almost twice as costly, causing $60 billion worth of damage. That would ultimately be the second costliest hurricane in U.S. history, behind only Hurricane Katrina. Ryan Kruger, Fox 4 Investigates.